San Diego Comic-Con provided answers to some very long-awaited questions. We know the plot of the newly named Multiverse Saga. We know when the Fantastic Four will make their debut in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And we know what film will conclude Phase 4. Black Panther Wakanda Forever has been one of the most awaited films of Marvel's post-Endgame phase, and now fans have their first look at what to expect. While the Comic-Con trailer blew away with the same quality of costume and score that made the first film a success, not all fans are pleased with how Chadwick Boseman's loss is being handled. After a phenomenal success, thanks in large part to Chadwick Boseman's successful presentation of the main character, Black Panther appeared to be the next MCU's next mainstay. Unfortunately, Boseman passed out of cancer 2 years later, leaving a huge hole in the franchise, the industry, and the hearts of fans all over the world. Then, there was the never-ending debate over whether Marvel would recast T'Challa and continue his story, or whether the character should be left alone with its actor and move on. A year later, Kevin Feige confirmed that T'Challa would never be recast for the MCU franchise. With the release of the trailer, fans have taken to Twitter once more to demand a boycott of Black Panther Wakanda Forever, demanding that T'Challa be recast and his legacy be carried on for fans everywhere. Many Twitter users using the hashtag #RecastT'Challa believed Chadwick Boseman would have wanted the character to be recast. They say Boseman believed the power of young kids, seeing a black superhero was greater than one man, and that it was so important to recast him to keep that power alive. Another believed that if Tom Holland or Robert Pattinson died tragically, the studios would not bury their most profitable character. Instead, they would recast them and keep them going. Marvel should do the same for T'Challa. Twitter users aren't the only ones considering a makeover. Reddit has its own thread requesting a recast. Fans on Reddit showed their desire for a recast, along with an image of John David Washington as T'Challa. The thread continues with a slew of comments from fans who, in their grief, felt that the role shouldn't be limited to Chadwick Boseman and should not be recast. Most commenters admit to changing their minds a year after it was announced that T'Challa would never appear again in the MCU. It's not universally agreed that Marvel should recast him. Some fans even believe that Marvel has no future. We are now seeing the reaction to not recasting him. Opponents of the recast movement believe that if the studio chose to bring in a new actor for the role, fans would react negatively to anyone other than Chadwick Boseman. In any case, one thing is for sure, Chadwick Boseman will always carry the weight of T'Challa, and no one will ever play the character with the same charisma. He accepted the responsibility of millions of black children looking for their superheroes with grace and charm. Suddenly, his dialogue in Civil War takes on an entirely new meaning.
In my culture, death is not the end.